What's up guys? We got an interesting piece of content today, something that even content creators weren't forewarned about, but we have a new item set that looks very interesting on paper, but there is some issues that I want to talk about it and review it. I remember when we got the Defiant and Bolster sets, I made videos about them as well, so I definitely do want to talk about this, but I was kind of waiting for the Plarium community managers to get online so that they could answer a couple questions before I could make this video. But the biggest question that everybody basically wanted to know is that this is a Monster Hunter themed set. Is it gonna be one-time thing or is it gonna be available in the future? And they said that these will be available in the future, because if this was one-time thing, you definitely wouldn't be able to get a good enough set and it wouldn't be worth buying it. But since you will be able to get this in future again, then it gives you more chances to actually make a good set. And let's actually craft one piece of gear so we can talk about it more. It is actually a 9-piece set, unlike the other Forge Pass sets, which makes it very interesting, but it has some very major downsides. So 1-piece set bonus, crit rate, 2-piece, crit damage, 3-piece speed, 4-piece fills this champion's turn meter by 5% per each enemy hit by AoE attacks. It sounds fairly good, but very situational since it's only AoE attacks. And then more like stats and crit rate. All of this is good, but we're really thinking about the effects that it has. But then 6-piece ignores 30% of enemy death when using AoE skills. And this is where people are starting to think about maybe this will be viable for Arena. And then the 9-piece is also incredible. 30% chance to repeat the damage by AoE skills. But the biggest thing that you instantly want to pay attention to and not ignore, but both of these strong effects that are the reasons that you would buy this pass and use this set, they only work for AoE skills. And that means that this is going to be more of a PvE set or for very niche champions in Arena. This isn't really going to be an Arena set, because most Arena champions, let's say, either they have one AoE nuke or two, or maybe they don't have any AoE skills at all, but it's only gonna apply for those skills. And for instance, of course, Protoss couldn't use this, but let's say that you use this on Wukong. I mean, you could use it on Wukong, but you're not gonna get the ignore defense on the A1, and even on the A2 I guess you're not gonna get it on the first hit. If it works just like Trunda does, you would get it for the other hits from the splash damage, but some skills are not gonna get any benefit from this, and it is kind of situational. We were actually talking about it a little bit in my Discord, that maybe you could use this on, let's say, Arix or Tormin, but most Arena champions are not gonna be able to get the full benefit out of this. For instance, if we're thinking about something like Taras or Georgid, Georgid has only one AoE skill, so it's not gonna apply to the other ones, though he is kind of special case because he already has a lot of ignore defense and so on, but you probably wouldn't want to use this set on him. And on Taras, for instance, he has very strong AoE, and that skill double hitting sounds insane, but you're probably going to one-shot the enemy team anyway, like unless they have a mass amount of buffs and you don't have any. But in the normal good situations, you're gonna have enough damage. But then the ignore defense part is not gonna apply to the A1 or A2, and big part of Taros damage is the A2 as well, so this probably won't be that good on him. But the obvious main part, and I'm not saying that this is not gonna be viable in Arena, like I said, you could use it on some champions if you don't care about their, let's say, A1 damage, or if they only do AoE damage. But I think probably the main selling point where they are intending this set to be good on is going to be Hydra, and I guess this set is kind of intended for the Hydra maniacs to compete with other players. This set would sound incredible on Tranda, though there is some stipulations that the Tranda A2, the first hit is actually counted as single target damage, so the ignore defense wouldn't apply to that skill or that part of the damage, and then the AoE splash damage after the first hit, it scales off the damage of the first hit, so it's gonna ignore defense, but the original damage it scales from is not gonna ignore 30% defense, but then you're gonna have 30% chance to repeat the skills and you're gonna have defense down and so on the boss. So I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be, like, by a good margin, the best set on Tranda or some other Hydra nukers. And maybe like Sap from HH Gaming does a deep math breakdown on her. Maybe I'll ask him if he can do it. But I think that's probably gonna be the main selling point for this set. But there is one other issue with this set that you might kind of miss if you don't think about it too much. It is a 9-piece set, and that of course means that 3 pieces of it are gonna be accessories, and this is not really like Merciless. You definitely want to get the 9-piece set. If you're not going for a 9-piece, there's no reason to use this set. I mean, it is okay, but you're probably better off using Cruel and Savage or Lethal, because that's gonna also work on non-AoE damage. And the really good part is the 9-piece set. But the issue with that we run into is that it is a Forge Pass, it's not farmable, you can't get it every week from, let's say, Cursed City or farm from dungeons or whatever. And you need accessories, and accessories are faction specific, so you need to get 3 nuke accessories on the specific faction that are like good, or they don't even, probably they wouldn't even have to be good, but you would at least want to have the correct stats on them even if you don't have a lot of rolls. And the chances of that happening are incredibly low. Now let's take a look how many accessories you can actually get from this. So okay, we get 2, wait, what's there others? There's 2 blue ones. How many? Like 2 5 stars, 2 6 stars. So we're getting 12 accessories. Is that all? Yeah, that's all. So you're gonna get 12 accessories from the Forge Pass, and half of them are gonna be like 5-star blue pieces. Wait, oh, never mind, it's 6-star. I think some of the earlier ones were 5-star. Yeah, in either way, you're only gonna get 12 accessories, so that's kind of the main point why I wanted to make this video. The set sounds very good on paper, and it might be for the ultra mega whales that want to like compete in CVC and do like 200 trillion points or whatever those people do. They definitely are gonna buy this, and like it's a no-brainer for them. Like this guy, like Spanky is gonna get it, and maybe he's gonna do 60 trillion damage next time and not 50 trillion or whatever. I mean, I'm kind of being a bit hyperbolic, but the numbers that people do on Hydra is just kind of silly. But I think that's gonna be the main selling point, and you can use it for arena. It's definitely gonna be used by some people, but it's gonna be very champion specific. I don't think there's any top tier champion right now that would be a great user of this set, and it's going to be incredibly hard to get a set bonus. The 2 champions that I can come up with, like I mentioned before, is that probably on Arix and Tormin you could use it, and both of them are kind of popular in live arena. I mean, both of them have like a lot of AoE and AoE A1, but they are not really the top champions and they are very niche picks, so I don't think it's very worth for them. And often people ask me like, how much do I spend money? I don't really buy anything other than some forge passes. I don't buy shards. I'm not against people buying shards or anything, but I don't feel like me buying a little bit of shards makes a huge difference. And I'm still buying something like bolster, for instance. I did buy Xena, and basically the forge pass is the only thing that I buy in the game. I think in the last year on February I bought something, probably like Warrior Circle pack, and I think that was the only thing I bought last year that wasn't the forge pass. And I would buy bolster, even though with dust getting the right ascension. Even with bolster I'm starting to have really good sets, but I will probably buy the next bolster. But this set, me personally, I'm not gonna buy, but it kind of depends. Okay, this one doesn't have my best bolster. My best bolster is definitely on the Duchess, but I would say that if you really care about Hydra, I would buy it. And if you spend a good amount of money in the game, especially if you are not super end game and are more climbing in the game, I would definitely buy it, because forge passes are a good way to get some item sets and make very rapid progression in the game. But for me personally, I'm not gonna buy it, and I think it's gonna be very hard to make a set, so don't get disappointed if you buy this set and you're not gonna be able to make a 9-piece set. The chances are that you're not gonna be able to do it, and you will have to buy this set multiple times, and maybe you can make a 9-piece set if you use Chaos Sword and if you use some subpar accessories. But even then, the chances of you getting 3 accessories on the right faction are gonna be astronomical. But anyway, that's it for this video. I just wanted to make a quick video about it and kind of warn people that even though the stats look insane on paper, don't get too overhyped. But we will see, maybe there is some future developments and maybe they will make the accessories more plentiful, we will see. But anyway, that's it for this video, and see ya.